Jackson is driving again. Well, let's see what Wade Wacker calls here. I'd like to be at that dinner table a couple of nights when the elder Wacker thinks the younger Wacker's throwing too often.
It might be this, where the elder Wacker says, son, what do you do in this situation, or what do you do here? And Wade, being a 3.92 grade point average, rattles off what he does.
The second man through, and that's Johnson, and Johnson fights his way for 5 yards. He'll be down to the 41-yard line. Well, you talked about Jackson being, or I should say Wacker being like a second coach on the field. Well, he did spend a lot of time in the press box, in the coaching press box, when his father went to coach college ball in South Dakota. When he was younger, he would sit up there and he would help his dad read the defenses. So he started getting that knowledge, and now he's putting it to use on the football field. Johnson, 71 yards in 12 carries. They pitch it out to Johnson again, and Johnson this time has stopped a great defensive effort. Kevin Henstrom, and there's a fumble on the play. And the ball goes out of bounds on the 47-yard line.
Kevin Hedstrom made what they call an outstanding defensive play. He came up like a flash out of his safety position and made a hard hit on Bruce Johnson, carrying the ball right there. Big hit, spun him around. Now other people can come and clean up, causing the fumble.
Good, solid hitting going on down in the field. It's now third down, 12 yards to go. A loss of 4 on the play. The pass, and the man is open. With the reception is Travis Pierce, and Pierce is down inside the 30-yard line. It's a first down. A pickup of 16 yards on the play.
A real tribute to Travis Pierce there, and running a very disciplined route. We get a chance to watch Wade Wacker, watch him with his eyes. He's his primary receiver right there. He throws, he stops, turns around, ball is right there.
He found the seam in the zone, and Jackson has a first down.
Oftentimes it's tempting for a receiver to break your discipline, and you feel open sooner or later, but the quarterback still has to have some amount of time to get back and to set and to be able to get a feel for it and still get the ball there. So it's hard to maintain the discipline like he did.
The ball's on the 29-yard line. It's first down, 10 yards to go. Jackson driving again. Wacker on the option. He gives to Jeff Brown, and Brown may be gone again. It may have been the same play he scored on earlier in this ball game. This time from 29 yards, Jeff Brown.
Jeff Brown likes that corner of the end zone. He gets there in a hurry. That was out of formation. It may have been the same play, but that was out of the wishbone formation right there. He gave the pitch, almost lost the ball. He almost let it go, but Jeff Brown saw daylight and took off.
6 carries for 56 yards, and in those 6 carries, he has 2 touchdowns as Jackson now leads Mahnomen 26-14, 2:47 remaining in the third quarter. Jeff Brown, a 29-yard run. We have an injured player down on the field for Mahnomen. We'll try to check that as soon as we can. There we see. That's Byron Biorgi, who's been playing such an excellent game.
We'll keep Byron out. He's going to get up and run off the field. Here we see the replay again. The give almost lost the ball. Jeff Brown able to pick it up. That's a hard thing to do. Keep your eyes on that open field and still try and scoop the ball off your thigh, but he did a great job. Must have been that tight end blocking down again.
Oh, yeah, those tight ends, they have to do some work out there.
Travis Pierce, number 82.
2 drives in this half so far for Jackson, and they've got 2 touchdowns on the board to show for it. And it looks like they're going to go for the 2-point conversion since they missed the extra point last time around. Wacker on the rollout. Wacker trying to throw back against the grain, has his man, but he overthrows. He intended it for Lonnie Bloomquist, but Bloomquist could just not get out far enough to catch that ball.
So I imagine Wade Wacker again, when he turned around and looked back to throw back, he saw 2 defenders coming at him awfully hard.
26-14. Now, one thing you can't do in this game is count Mahnomen out of this ball game. They came back 3 times from deficits against Breckenridge. Breckenridge was one of the highest ranked teams in the state. They were in the Prep Bowl last year, an outstanding team, but they came back to beat them by a score of 21-17 with 58 seconds left in the game. It was 4th and 20. Agnew went back and hit Burdick for about a 60-yard touchdown, and they won the game.
Well, we can sure see how that could have happened. We were listening to the interview with Lou Holtz, and during the time that we were off the air, Mark Agnew had thrown 2 passes, and Mahnomen had gone down the field 45 yards and into scoring position in that very, very short period of time.
A couple of game breakers. Barry Johnson will kick it off. Burdick with the ball. The wedge up the middle, and he's out to the 33-yard line.
Frank Burdick was sneaking behind his wedge. He almost tried to break out.
A 19-yard kickoff return, and another nice drive by Jackson. 7 plays, 56 yards. This time they only used up 2:49 on the clock, and Jeff Brown doing the honors from 29 yards out. And it looks like the Blue Jays got to take a rest. It gets hot in under that thing. Now when it's about 40 below zero, she'll keep that on all game. The ball is on the 33-yard line. Mahnomen will take over from there. The give is to Burdick, and Burdick is finding the going a little bit tougher here in the second half.
A little tougher. They've made, of course, Jackson has made their adjustments that Coach Wacker talked about. And it'll be interesting to watch and see if there are linebackers who are keying on him now. I wouldn't be surprised if they're having to do that. What's going to happen, ultimately, though, and I'm sure that the Mahnomen team is watching out for this, if they're keying on that run and they're keying on a great back, you're going to have the cornerback sometime come up too soon and leave that deep pass open, Joe. Let's look for it.
It's second down to pick up a 4 yards on the play. This time the give is to the first man through, and very close to the first down is Jeff Large. And Jeff Large is playing this game with a bruised sternum. And you know how painful that could be.
I know how painful that is. And I've played with similar situations. I remember catching the ball, and the first thing I wanted to do was find the turf as quick as I could.
It's the first down to pick up 7 yards on the play for Mr. Large, and the ball now just inside the 45-yard line.
Really a balanced running attack on both teams.
The give to Burdick, and Burdick this time only finds a couple of yards. Burdick has 142 yards on the game. There we take a look at Wade Wacker. He's just a puppy. He's only a junior, and I'll tell you what, he's going to be an outstanding senior. He plays this game like he's a senior right now.
He does. He, of course, had that advantage of having a dad as a coach, and then being very intelligent as well, and a gifted athlete.
It's second down, 8 yards after the pickup of 2 yards by Burdick, and Agnew will put it up. Agnew will go long. Agnew has his man, Tim Miller, but Miller could not seem to find direction.
Tim, we forgive you. That is the most difficult of all passes to catch. Coming back and reversing, looking over your opposite shoulder. The field is, I think the field is relatively flat here. It does not fall off like a regular football field does. And so that's why he probably anticipated the ball not falling off as far to the right. There he is trying to look back over his shoulder. We forgive you, Tim. That is a tough catch.
It's third down, 8 yards to go from the 47. Agnew, 4 out of 12 for 59 yards on the afternoon. Agnew with plenty of time. He has his man, and he holds on to it. Yes. With the reception is Doug Johnson, and there's a flag on the play, and that flag was thrown in the vicinity of an interference call. It looked like on the coverage there was Mark Rodina, and I believe the flag may be defensive pass interference. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So it'll be a first down, no matter what, for Mahnomen. Take a look at it, Doug, see if you can pick up the penalty.
Doug Johnson was being pulled, his arm right here. He's got him, of course, he's got all over his back, but he did an excellent job. Even if the penalty had not been called, he had to hang on to that ball. Excellent reception by Doug Johnson with one arm really to begin with, and the other arm was able to come free.
Player needs to take a break. It is hot down there.
We walked down on the field and we felt it right away. It was quite warm.
And a lot of these players are going both ways. And your old coach just walked up in the booth.
First down.
Coach Cal Stahl came into the booth. He's calling the games tonight, the A game and the AA game.
All-American here.
Yes, sir. If it not been for Coach Stahl, I wouldn't have been a professional football player.
Long time ago, huh?
It's first down. The give up the middle goes to Jeff Large, and Large picks up a couple of yards. He'll be down to the 35-yard line. Pick up a 3, make it second down, 7 yards to go. This is a very big drive for Mahnomen.
Yes, a very big catch by Doug Johnson. Of course, the key penalty to ensure it, but you know, as a former receiver, I do side with the receivers, and of course, I think anytime a receiver is touched in a route, they ought to throw a flag. Jeff Seaman disagrees with me, having been a defender. We're going to move into fourth quarter right now and let the clock run out.
That is the end of the third quarter of the Class B championship game, with Jackson leading 26-14. We're back for the fourth and final quarter right after this timeout. 12 minutes remaining in this game, and before we get back to the high school game, we'd like to mention that Clemson beat South Carolina. So that means December 21st in Shreveport, Louisiana, it will be Minnesota versus Clemson in the Independence Bowl. And I think that's a big thing for the Gophers to get back to a bowl game. They closed off the season in a rather tough fashion, but they're in a bowl game.
Yes, they are in a bowl game. And again, we mentioned it earlier, though, Joe, that they played some exceptionally difficult teams this year. It just so happened that the Big Ten is coming on very strong. Of course, Ohio State and Michigan have always been very strong, but now we've got an Iowa addition. Michigan State is strong. Of course, they played Oklahoma this year. Yeah, there are 6 Big Ten teams in bowls. That's really amazing.
It's second down, 7 yards to go. The ball on the 35-yard line, and Mahnomen is driving. Mark Agnew has done a superb job at quarterback so far. His statistics as far as percentage go are not right up there, but he's done a great job of leadership, and he's hit a couple of big plays. And Tyrone Wacker is upset about something on the sideline.
Check the replay.
Can you read lips?
I can't read lips. Kind of reminds me of road construction down there. A lot of guys standing around just sort of talking.
They normally don't talk that loud.
They got the orange flag. See them down there standing there holding